Welcome to episode 2 of the Tom's Refurb Flip Challenge. In this series, we test Tom's Refurb's tractor flip method on Facebook Marketplace, with the goal of turning $1,000 into $5,000. If you haven't seen episode 1, make sure to go check it out first, because in that episode, we bought and fixed a Zero Turn, a motorcycle, Snowblower, 2 free ellipticals, which brought our budget up to $2,138, which is what we're starting episode 2 out with right now. However, things didn't start off the way we thought they would. Instead of buying something off of Facebook, we might have secured our biggest free item yet. Hey there. I didn't think I'd see you here at episode 2, but here we are. And this right here is our first project to get episode 2 running. Another snowblower. And right now we're sitting with this amount of money. That is the amount of money that we've made from selling everything in episode 1. Now we have a goal of $5,000. We ain't quite there yet. I know what I want to do with at least $750 of it. I found a potential gold mine. It's a lady that just has like an array of things at her house, and she just like posted it all and said like, I'm trying to sell it all, come and buy stuff. It's like, those are the type of people that you make a deal with. Again, this is all to test Tom's Refurbs video. If you haven't seen his video, he put out a tutorial on how to flip lawnmowers is what he chose, to fix them and flip them on Facebook to make money. But in there he said, you know, fix and flip whatever you're good at. If you're good at Pokemon cards, buy and flip Pokemon cards. If you're good at dirt bikes, buy and flip dirt bikes. I just kind of be the jack of all trades, I guess. There's a person with a gold mine of things that I want to just show up with my truck and trailer and be like, here's some money, give me a good deal, even if it don't run. But at the time of filming this, it is the day after Christmas. And last night at the Christmas party, my wife's grandfather got a new snowblower, so he gave us the old snowblower for free. So that's exactly what we've got right here. So our mission today is to make sure it works, make it look pretty, and then list it because it is the end of December. Snow is still falling for the next 3 months here in Pittsburgh. And I've seen these sell for decent prices. So let's make sure it runs good. I'm thinking we could at least get $150 for this thing. So that's exactly what we did. Just did a quick check around everything, made sure it had oil, put some gas in it, and let's see if it fires up. To be honest with you, that's as good as it gets, really, honestly. I put gas in it, pulled it twice, and it runs great. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but the shift mechanic to go between the gears and reverse and neutral, it's kind of tough. So I'm gonna try to make that a little bit easier. But besides that, I think this thing's like ready to go. We just need to clean it up and see ya. I didn't feel like getting the hose hooked up, so I just put it out in the rain, and now I'm gonna wipe it down. Call me lazy, call me brilliant. Pictures have been taken of this thing, and I'm gonna list it for $240. Now that is a $240 profit, because this was free. Free. Episode 2, we're moving quick. Episode 2's getting a hotter start than episode 1 can even finish. I still gotta get rid of these 2. The whole goal of this is to test if Tom's Refurb's video is accurate. If you can actually flip stuff on Facebook to get yourself a hot new ride, which I believe that you can do. Now that I can tow my trailer again. Pause, for those of you who are lost. My blue truck that I was using to tow my trailer for everything broke down, and it's out of commission for right now. And my red truck didn't have the right ball hitch size for my trailer, but I was able to find the right size ball hitch on the parts shelf and was able to take the factory one off of the truck and put in the right size ball hitch, so now I can tow my trailer again. Back to the video. I can go to that gold mine spot and pick up, it's gonna get good. Episode 2 is off to a hot start. Okay. All right, now I'm just putting this out there, right? I know Aiden from the Tom's Refurb channel. We chat on Instagram all the time. I have a list of dream cars. One of those cars happens to be a 1996 Mitsubishi Eclipse, because that was the hero car in the first Fast and Furious movie. My favorite movie franchise, probably a lot of yours as well. Vin Diesel, directors. I would love to play Jack O'Connor, Brian O'Connor's son, in a spin-off of that. That would be a lifelong dream of mine, is to act in a Fast and Furious movie. If it's according to God's will, it'll happen. And one of my dreams is to own a 1996 Mitsubishi Eclipse. And in Tom Refurb's most recent Secret Santa car gifting video, Aiden bought a 1996 Mitsubishi Eclipse. So I messaged him and said, I want it. How full circle would it be for us to be testing Tom Refurb's flipping methods to buy one of Tom Refurb's cars? That would be the ultimate finale. Will it happen? I don't know. It's
Subscribe to find out. Time will tell. Time will tell.
So while we wait for the snowblower to sell, I hooked up the trailer and started my adventure towards the potential gold mine. We're on our way to buy the quads right now. It's not as simple as that, it never is. One, this isn't my usual truck. This is my other truck, and I'm just kind of hoping that everything's good, you know? It's 2 quads, it shouldn't be a lot of weight. I'm also hoping both quads fit on the trailer. If they don't, worst case scenario, one has to go in the bed of the truck, one goes in the trailer. How we're gonna get it in? I don't know, we'll figure it out. But yeah, I'm just hoping that this 4-cylinder 2004 Nissan Frontier can haul this trailer there, get the quads, and then trailer it back home with no problems. So here I am looking at the quads. This kid had 2 of them. They're 1986 and a 1985 Yamaha Moto 4. The red one is a 225cc and the blue one is a 200cc. This is him being like, yeah, it's all cool. And me looking at it like, I don't know, this don't look cool. He's like, nah, this one cool too. I don't know, man, this don't look cool. And then I was like, all right, $850, I can get them working. Backed up the trailer. Yeah, look at me back that thing up. And then the tricky part was figuring out how to get them both to fit on there. But sure enough, we did it. This is what they look like on the trailer. And then I had the pleasure and joy of getting to get both of them off the trailer by myself. And yeah, the front 2 wheels weren't included with the blue quad. Big red flag, I know. But with muscles the size I got, I mean, this was no problem. This was pretty hard. This was really hard for me. This thing's a piece of junk. And the more and more I look at them, the less and less I like them. But this one has got 4 tires on it, so we'll start with this one. We'll go all in on this one. Need to order 2 batteries, carburetor, potentially a starter. He gave me a starter, so I'm hoping maybe that starter works. We're gonna run a bench test on it and 2 new front tires. But after looking at these tires, I think both quads might need all 4 new tires. So we're gonna have to use some of our money for that. I was between this and another Zero Turn. The thing with the Zero Turn is it's gonna have to wait until April to sell, and I wanna sell now. Quads sell now. So first I decided to tackle the tire and figured out it had a leak in it. Then after looking over it some time, I realized, so this thing needs way more than just a starter and a battery. Time to see if this old starter works. This is the one that the kid gave us with the quad. Based on its appearance, I don't think it will, but if it does, that would be great, you know? And we're gonna tap it and it should work. And just like that, it's not working at all. Great. Upon further investigation, it looks like there's a new starter already installed in here, as well as a starter solenoid. What we can do, connect the battery. I made sure it's fully charged. The battery is fully charged. When you hit the start, there's a click. That tells me that the solenoid is at least getting a signal. We can bypass it by putting a screwdriver on it, test the starter. So we just gotta see what the problem is. There's 3 things it could be: battery, solenoid, starter. As far as we know, the battery's not the issue. We were told the starter's the issue, but I'm thinking it might just be the solenoid. So let's do things. I don't really know. Also, if you're curious, why are these lights on the back? Well, there's a handful of reasons that it could be. It seemed like factories would use this as service vehicles, security vehicles, and they'd have these lights on the back. I don't know exactly what they symbolized, but for legal purposes, they had them. So at some point, this was probably a security vehicle or something. Neutral lights on. Can we get a headlight? No headlight. Go back off, on. Neutral doesn't do anything. Wiggle this around, we get neutral. All right, so maybe we're just not, we hear that click and it just kills it. Okay, so we hear the click, it kills it. Simply, I don't think that this connector is holding on enough. Oh, and it's smoking. It smoked when I did that. Test number 2. Battery connector has such bad rot. Take our jumper cables, 1 to something shiny, AKA the cooling fins. And then 2 connected to the negative. And then we can take this one. Now, when we turn the key, we should have bright lights. Bright lights. Do we have bright lights? That's bright. The lights stay on? Wow, okay, we do have bright lights. Now, technically I should be able to hit the start button. Are you kidding me? We got this. I bet you I could get this thing. Oh, do I start it? I don't think it has gas in it. Dang, bro, this thing could start right now. I could get this thing started. Okay, so that's an easy fix. That's good. That means I was worried there for a second that the engine was locked up.
So we just need a new battery terminal connector. Oh, that headlight out. Why is that headlight out? Who got the high beams on? The battery works, right? Let's just see if it'll run on some starting fluid, all right? Oh, it's gonna run, baby. Come on now. Come on. Did y'all just hear the cash register? Ka-ching, ka-ching. I just heard some money be made. Okay, that's a relief. I feel like we still got quite a ways to go. We're gonna have to connect it all. She's 40 years old and we just booted her up. How long has she been dead? It's smoking. It's smoking out of the exhaust. I tell you what, I had some heavy doubts about this purchase, but I'm really starting to like this purchase now. If the blue one is just as good, if the blue one just needs a carburetor and front tires, we win.
So that night I went to the store and I bought a battery and a bottle of slime. Loaded up that back tire with the slime, filled it with air, and it worked. These Yamahas are notorious for having bead lock leaks, so the slime was able to fix that. Slime! Next on the list was to get rid of this light setup. I wanted to take off the rear lights and remove all of the unnecessary wiring, as well as clean it up. This thing is absolutely caked in years of mud, so I was really gonna need to scrub to get this thing clean.
I don't like that noise it makes. See, it's immediately smoking. That's straight up an electrical fire. Look at this, holy crap. Those are wires. Dang it. Look at that, it's still smoking.
Well, I was right, kind of. They weren't wires, but it was leftover welding wire. See, I discovered that one of the previous owners had tried to weld on the exhaust, but they did a really bad job leaving all sorts of holes in it.
Smoke coming out of the back, which is normal. And smoke coming out of here, which is normal. Okay. So there's a hole in the exhaust. That's what it is.
So this was my perfect opportunity to finally find an excuse to buy a welder and weld this puppy shut. But first, I had to take it on a test drive.
Oh, forwards works. The reverse doesn't? I don't have brakes. I don't have brakes. I don't have brakes. Stop.
Yeah, I went to town welding, and after that I called it a night, because the very next morning we had a buyer for the Snowblower. He came, we got asking price, and then we had a little bit of a switch with the category of things that we were flipping.
Have you ever had to thaw out your ratchet straps? Yeah, me either. But the reason I have the ratchet straps out are because we are going to go pick up our next flip item. We are branching into a category that I think has a lot of potential, but we have not tried yet. I've been doing a lot of research before picking up this item, because it's very different than what we've got before. I might just dedicate a whole video to just flipping this item. That's how lucrative I think it could be. The item we are going to go pick up is this. Here's a screenshot, a couch. That's right, it's a couch. Now, from the research I conduct, AI's telling me I can sell something like this from $300 to $400. I don't know, maybe. There's a ton of couches for free on Facebook, and there's a reason. A lot of them are junk. But to the ones that aren't junk, I'm at an advantage because I have a truck and a trailer. So I don't have to go rent a U-Haul. I don't have to do nothing. I can just show up day of and, as long as someone's able to give me a hand, I can get that couch out of your house for you for free. And this is the exact case. This lady, her husband's gonna be home from work. They put it in the garage. I back my trailer up. Me and him go, huh, walking onto my walk-on trailer. I strap it down, and then I bring it home, somehow get it in my garage, clean it up a little bit, take some pictures of it, and it says they take about a week to sell. That's a pretty easy $300 in my opinion. The closest thing we have to that is the elliptical, and that sold for $200, and that was a free item. I didn't actually think we were gonna get money for that, but I was proven wrong. So this one doesn't have an engine, doesn't have wheels, but if this goes well, imagine the amount of couches. If I got a couch every day, 7 days, and then I went and bought a storage unit, and I filled up that storage unit, I'm telling you, that could be a whole nother video in itself. But I also got the heat gun out because I'm gonna try to bring those old quad plastics back to life. Apparently, if you put heat gun on it, it brings the oils to the surface, making it look brand new. And I wanna try it out. So let's do that.
So I did the heat gun trick to the plastics. It just didn't seem like it was working. It would be shiny for a few seconds, but it would fade back away. And I guess I was doing it wrong. First, you wanna take a razor blade, scrape off all the dead plastic, and then hit it with the heat gun. But even doing that, it didn't seem like it was working too well. So I just quit while I was ahead and went and looked at the couch.
Good, now turn, pivot. If you can't carry the couch, carry the trailer that's on the couch. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is great. Yoink. Okay, now it's stuck on that side. And he's just stuck. Okay, you're lifting the whole, okay, put down. Okay. Keep coming. What just happened? Okay, put it down. Look at my couch. Comfy couch acquired. I'm really gonna dig into this free stuff. Technically, the returns are infinite, so if you get something for free and sell for $100, you get $100. You know, it's not like you're paying to get something and selling for more. I have some junk. I remodeled the bathroom, so like the old sink. A few things that I'm like thinking like I might be able to sell, and just like, even if I get like 15 or 10 bucks for them, like it's going towards the flip. But tonight, I guess the goal is to make this thing look pretty. It's a couch, but it's also like supposed to be a sectional. It's also huge. If I sell this for $300, that's infinite money glitch IRL GTA 5. Happy New Year. January 1st, 2026, off to a hot start. We got about like, I don't know, 8 to 10 inches last night, and I just got back from shoveling snow, obviously. And our day's just getting started, man. We got a person coming to buy that sink. I listed that couch last night, and I already have about 5 messages of people wanting it. They want measurements. I forgot to take measurements. And I have a feeling we might be able to get rid of this thing in a day. That would be awesome. That would be freaking amazing. But also I feel like majority of you watching this are interested in this topic of flipping and making money this way. And another method of making money is snowplow. That's my quad with my snowplow on it, and I get the pleasure of doing snow removal for free. My mom and I have 2 apartment buildings, and I'm responsible for clearing the snow whenever it happens. So I get to go over and do it for free. But to you watching who might not be in that position, if you're able to get a quad, even a tractor, snowblower, whatever setup you want, you're able to hit just spot after spot after spot, you can make some good money whenever it does snow. Another thing being however many months in this project, having a trailer has been essential. This is a 5x8 trailer, and I really haven't had issues with anything really. I've been able to pick up everything. Obviously right now we're using my red truck, which is a rear-wheel drive 4-cylinder, which you think would suck in the snow, but dude, I've had no issues. I don't know if it's just because I'm like literally a Vin Diesel driver, but it's been able to tow everything. So I would highly, highly recommend getting some form of trailer if you are to do this. I don't think they're that expensive. And we've already seen that you can get like a quad for dirt cheap. So it's very, very possible. You just gotta put your mind to it. But we're gonna send off these measurements. Hopefully sell a couple things today. Start the new year off hot.
And yeah, while it was cold outside, the new year did start off hot for us. The sink from the bathroom I was able to sell for $40 next day, and I was also able to deliver that couch the very next day for $350.
And just like that, we have added $350 to the jar. Plus, if you take a look out here, we got a couch for free. For free. I didn't even take it off the trailer. I just listed it for 120 bucks, and we already got people messaging me about it. But it made me realize, doing this, I don't have enough space in my garage. I can hold 1 couch max, but then I can't work on anything else while the couch is in there. So I did a little bit of research, and there's a storage unit 8 minutes down the road from me, and they've got a promo going on. Actually, they have 2 promos going on. Their website's real glitchy. I don't really know. It's either 75% off your first 2 months, which is $60 a month, which is great, or it's first month free, which means we don't even got to take a dime out of here. So the regular price is $119 a month. Even if we paid full price,
that one couch we just sold pays for what, 2-3 months? So I'm gonna head down there right now, take the couch there, open up our storage unit, freeze up the garage so that I can fix the 2 quads we got going on. Yeah, so furniture might be the wave. I don't know. Whatever, you know, I don't know. Maybe you know. Let me know. All right. So I took some quick pictures of the couch, and the very next day, it was sold.
We're taking that free couch that we got, and we're delivering it for $120, 10 minutes down the road. I like where this is going.
$120 added to the jar, and that was our easiest one yet. Picked up the couch for free yesterday at the place that we delivered our old couch to. It might be a new move. It took 30 minutes round trip and $120. So now, let's go work on our quads.
She looking good. The booger welds didn't hold up. We welded it, I put it back on, and it still smoked. So I went out and got some JB Weld exhaust sealant. 850 degrees. So my plan here is to file down the welds, try to get it smooth as possible, and then just coat it in this. Let it sit for 30 minutes, put this back on. Hopefully this seals all the holes, it won't smoke. Then we'll throw some carb fuel cleaner in there. That'll clear out the system, you know. Well then I'm just debating if I do the brakes or not. I don't even freaking know. Let's get this exhaust going.
I pretty much used the entire tube of JB Weld on that exhaust, so it is super sealed up. And then I went to hook the hose up to clean off the plastics, but since the hose was outside, it froze. So like an idiot, I stood there for 20 minutes with the heat gun on the hose, hoping that I could melt whatever water was frozen in there. Just for that not to work, so I ended up washing the plastics with a bucket of water.
While I let the exhaust and the plastics dry, we're gonna go pick up another couch. This one's 40 minutes away, and I'm bringing my wife. Stay tuned. Oh, sorry. See you there. We got a storage unit. And after looking at it, we might need a bigger one. This is a little smaller than I wanted.
The storage unit might be a little small, but with how fast we're gonna be flipping these couches, we don't even need it. We just need a place to store it that's not my garage. And since we got a good deal on it too, it's a plus.
Okay, so we absolutely went to town with it. It's been sitting for, it's been like 5 hours. I'm thinking it should be cured by now. Now the test is to start it up and run it. Moment of truth, does it smoke? Let's find out.
So I started up the quad. Long story short, they're old quads. They're gonna have some issues. And as I had this one idling, I kind of discovered more and more issues with this thing than I would have liked. I did get it running pretty decent though, but it's got a sticky throttle cable that needs replaced, and there was just more and more issues that kept popping up. So the next day it was super warm outside, so I pulled out the pressure washer and gave them both a pretty good clean.
Hey, I know I cut my hair. Subtract $180 off the budget. We're putting new front brakes on the truck. It was getting real sketchy with the ones on there, so. But then we'll be good to go. Add another $80 to that. The brake caliper was seized. Yeah, it usually takes me 2 days to do one brake. That's typically how it goes. Subtract another 80 because the other side was seized up too.
The very next day I went to pick up another couch, but we stopped at Harbor Freight to pick up some supplies. I went and bought a tarp and some bungee cords and a moving blanket, just to make our couch moving a little bit more professional. And since I am such a professional, I get the pleasure and joy of moving these couches all by myself. Yeah, it's pretty easy for a strong guy like me. It's not hard at all.
Un big ufta, si little umfa, no big changa. Umfta for your puta. I'm really sorry for that segment.
I'll be normal now. I then went home to work on the blue quad, where I found the biggest mouse nest I've ever seen. I mean, this dude didn't just have a hotel, he had a castle. And worst of all, I found the mouse in there, dead. Ew, there's a tail! There is a mouse. I'm offended that he died. He had everything he needed in there. So I spent the next hour cleaning out the airbox. I then made sure that the quad had spark before installing a new carburetor, put a brand new carburetor on it, and wasn't able to get it started.
Figure out why this thing made in 1985 ain't kapootin' like it should be kapootin'. Nothing. About what I expected. The feel like temperature is 0 degrees. Huge L on these quads, honestly. Dang, I suck. This is a pretty big blow to the morale. The new carburetor was supposed to get the blue quad running. We put the new carburetor on. Dang it, man. So mechanically declined. That's the opposite of mechanically inclined. Bad purchase. I went up to that one. Bad purchase. Very rare here. Very rare. Oh, it sucks. All right, we gotta sell. We gotta double our couch sales this week to make up for that.
And yeah, that's exactly what I did. I was able to pick up a couch, sell a couch, pick up a couch, sell a couch, pick up a couch, sell a couch. I ended up ditching the tarp because it flapped around in the wind too much, and I bought furniture wrap instead. And it seems even more professional than the tarp was. The couches are good, but I want to get back to the motors. Huge day ahead for us. We just had a crazy snowstorm. We got 2 feet of snow, and this whole week is literally record lows. Right now, outside, it is -10 degrees. But that ain't gonna stop the flip, baby. I know what you're thinking. You're watching this and you're like, dude, you're testing Tom's Refurbs Zero Turn flip method, but you only had 1 zero turn. What the heck? I hear ya. I hear ya. I get it. It's just ain't nobody selling zero turns or buying zero turns right now in the dead of winter and these record lows. Again, couches are this crazy method that we found that I think like we have this advantage with the trailer and truck, and it's just like, I don't know anybody else that's doing the couch flipping. So we're going right now to pick up another couch. But I know you people want motors, so I'm gonna give you motors. I'm buying another motorcycle. So we got a big flipping day ahead of us. So let's go get a couch first.
I gotta get this couch and this storage unit by myself with this 2 feet of snow. This shouldn't be hard.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. If you want to move a couch into a storage unit by yourself, do it. All right, so we're coming to the end of episode 2, but I have a lot of talking to do. So we picked up the motorcycle. We paid $800, but that wasn't where it ended. See, here in Pittsburgh, we're having record lows. Right now, it's 4 degrees outside, feels like -2. And it's been like that pretty much all week. So I messaged the guy about the motorcycle, and he sends me a meetup address of Sheets. I'm like, okay, cool, that's normal. I get near Sheets, I text him, I'm like, hey, I'm 5 minutes away. He texts me, he's like, I'm on my way. I get to the Sheets, about 20 minutes goes by and I don't hear anything, don't see anything, and I'm just like, great. So I'm just like, whatever, I go into Sheets. I'm gonna give this guy 10 more minutes. I just drove 40 minutes out here, like, oh, this sucks. Go into the Sheets and I hear rum bum 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 bum. The dude drove the motorcycle to Sheets. So he pulls up and he's like, what's up, buddy? And I'm like, hey man, didn't expect it to be driven here, but okay. And he's like, yeah, take it for a spin, man. And the roads are just completely ice. Like, there's no point in me even riding it, but like he rode it here, like it's fine, you know? Like the roads are covered in snow and ice. It's not motorcycle weather. And I'm looking over it, just doing my thing, checking over it, checking for things. And he's like, sorry, man, I spilled some beer on it. I'm hammered right now. And I'm like, what? He rode the motorcycle here hammered, and he was drunk, and I was like, oh. And I didn't realize how drunk he was until later into the situation. I thought he was just, funny guy. So I get on the motorcycle, and I just take it down the block and turn around, and that was it. I was like, okay, it runs, it drives, it's great, cool. He had it listed for $1,000, give him $800. He's like, cool. I'm like, great, we loaded it up on the trailer, and I'm like, there's a notary like 5 minutes down the road. Let's go sign the title. So he rode the motorcycle there, so, you know, he gets in my truck, which I don't have an issue with because it's like we're just going 5 minutes down the road. 5 minutes down the road, I drop him back off at Sheets, whatever. We go 5 minutes down the road, and Apple Maps said there was a notary there, but when we get to the building, it's just a blank building. There's nothing there. And I'm like, all right, so then I'm looking up other notaries nearby, and there's one, 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away. He calls somebody, and he's like, hey, what's that notary we went to that they were super cool that we went to before? And he's like, just keep driving towards this one area. So I'm like, okay, cool. There's other notaries in the area I know, like that's fine. Again, I'm like 40 minutes away from home. So he types in the one notary and it's like 25 minutes, like kind of towards home, but not really. I'm like, oh, all right. As we start driving, he's like, man, I gotta pee so bad. Can we stop at a gas station so I can pee and get smokes? And I'm like, this is where things start to go wrong. I'm like, okay. So he gets out of the truck and he's like, I'm gonna go pee on that guy's truck. And I'm like, haha, like funny. And he gets out and he literally walks over and starts like pulling his pants down on this dude's truck. And then he looks back at me and starts laughing and then he walks in. But I was like, at that point, that's when I pulled out the camera and I filmed this. And we're at this gas station, he's peeing and getting smokes inside. Now I'm starting to realize like, oh no, this guy's kind of drunk, like really drunk. And I'm deep into the situation and it's like, this isn't good. This isn't safe. So he gets in the truck and immediately lights his Black and Mild without asking. So it's like, that's okay, that's the person, that's the kind of thing we're dealing with. So, he had the window open, but we start driving again. We got 20 minutes to go to this notary. And we're driving, he just starts talking about how like the world's out to get him, like the world's a bad place. And like the more and more he's talking, I'm like, oh, this isn't good for me. But I'm playing it cool the whole time. Then he asks, hey, can I connect to your aux? Play something. I'm like, yeah, man, put me on something. So he puts on the most insane, like murder music, the worst song you've ever heard. And then like the worst song you've ever heard. And then he pulls out a knife. Now, I don't want to say he pulled a knife on me, but he was just kind of like holding it and like showing it to me. And then I'm like, oh no, I'm in like a really bad situation now. Okay, this is a bad situation. So I play it off cool, change the subject real quick, and we drive the rest of the way to the notary where they have the street, like there's police blocking the streets off because they're doing like a bunch of snow removal because we just got like a record blizzard. So they have the street blocked off. And we park, and now we have to walk to this notary, which it was a shipping center. So I don't know. He was able to notarize it, but it wasn't like a notary. We get there, and the title, this is where it gets tricky, because the title is not in his name. It was gifted to him from the last person, but the title was never transferred over, and then he signed the back, and then I signed the back. Now, in other states, it's not a big deal, but of course, in Pennsylvania, the state I live in, titles are like the most annoying thing ever, and they're so strict about it, and I just got fleeced. Like, this title it's gonna be a pain for me to get this title now. Like, this sucks. Whatever, pay the guys $10. So we get out, and he's like, I just gotta get the plate off of that bike. I'm like, cool. So we go over to the truck, it was zip tied on, he cuts the zip ties off the license plate with his knife, and then he starts getting back into the truck. And that's when I'm like, no. Like, I can't drive this guy, 30 minutes in the other way from home after, he's drunk. I don't know that he's mentally all there. He's got this knife. This isn't safe. I can't do this, Like, I'm not in a safe situation. So I'm like, man, he's like getting back in the truck and I'm like, hey, where do you need to go? And he's like, just drop me back off at the Sheets. And I'm like, oh man, can I get, do you know if any of the buses go that way? Or do you know, can I get you an Uber? And he's like, man, just take me back to the Sheets. You said you would take me back. And he starts getting, angry. And I'm like, so then I'm like, hey man, I'm a diabetic and my blood sugar is going low, man. Like, it's not safe for me to drive right now. I need to get something. Like, we got to stop somewhere. And he's like, what do you need, a Snickers? What do you need? Like, huh? I'm like, yeah. Again, there's cops nearby blocking off the street, so I feel safe in this area. And then there's a CVS there, so I'm like, let's go to the CVS and I need to get something. Like, I can't drive. My blood sugar's going low. I need sugar. So we go over to the CVS and I get a Pepsi, and then it's freezing outside. So we're standing in the CVS and I'm like, look, man, it's gonna take me 30 minutes for my sugar to go back up before I can drive. I'm not trying to waste your time. Do you know if any of the buses go that way, or if I can get you an Uber? And he's like, that's cool, man. I got all the time in the world. And I'm like, come on. So I'm like, we gotta figure something out, man. And he's like, if you just give me the other 200, I'll walk up there. And I'm like, I'm not trying to make you walk. But like, I was like, I'll call you an Uber. And he's like, yeah, just give me the other 200 and we're cool. And I'm like, so he's like, I got Cash App. I'm like, okay. So I pull up my Cash App. Now I don't really use Cash App, so my Cash App doesn't work. I'm like, I got Venmo. He doesn't have Venmo. So trying to Cash Out the Venmo, it's not working. And then he sees my wallet. He's like, how much cash you got on you? And I pull out $100 and I'm like, I got $100 and I can call you an Uber. And he's like, all right, man. So I give him $100 cash, called him an Uber, and I was able to leave safely. But I don't even know how, I don't know how the situation turned into that. Please learn something from me. Please, please, please do not let people get into your car. Cause I was like, okay, it's cool. We're just going 5 minutes down the road. But now it's like he's in my truck and he's my responsibility, and that 5 minutes turned into 35 minutes, and it can happen just like that, and it did. And luckily, I'm safe, thank God. So right now, I'm gonna head over to the notary and try to figure out this title, see what they say. I don't have a great feeling about it, but the thing is, without the title, I can sell this thing for $1,000 easily. But with the title, I can get $1,800 for this thing in the dead of winter. It's a nice bike. It's a solid bike. It's just, this title, it sucks. So in terms of the budget, minus $900. We'll subtract and say we paid $900 for this bike. But the very next day, we had a buyer for the quads. I listed them for $1,200. We had a buyer come, checking them out. He really knows his stuff. He likes them. He really just wanted the red one, but for both of them, he's like, would you take $950? And I was like, I would take $1,000. So he agreed on $1,000, which we paid $850 for the quads, but after, we got the tires and the slime and the battery, it came to about $1,000, so we pretty much broke even. But we got our money back. So here we are at the end of episode 2. I don't know. At the start of this video, we had $2,138. Money we have in our pocket today at $2,146. About $8 more than we started with. But we also have a couple couches in the inventory right now, as well as the motorcycle. So by the time we're done with episode 3, we will have the cash on hand to go to Tom's Refurb and purchase one of their cars. That's the goal. And if we can't buy one of their cars, we gonna buy something cool. So that has been episode 2 of testing Tom's Refurbs Facebook flipping method. If you saw anything you liked clothes-wise in the video, make sure to check out Heaven Threads. Link is in the top of the description. I will see you in a couple days with the finale, episode 3. Here we come.